Digital success in less than 3 minutes.
I'm Joanna Wootten. I'm a consultant and I advise organisations around age and disability as a business issue, particularly consumers and employees. I was born deaf and how this impacts on me is that I can't hear on the telephone, and I also struggle to follow large meetings because it's like a Wimbledon match and I always miss what people are saying, but also not everybody speaks clearly and often people have strong accents and I'm not familiar with how they're talking. I use speech-to-text reporting primarily. That provides me with the equivalent of live subtitling for meetings and telephone calls and telephone conferences. I do use mainstream technology a bit differently. For instance, I use an iPhone and iPad. The reason I use them, for example, if I'm at a meeting, I have Skype on this, then I have a speech-to-text reporter listening remotely. They quite often seem to be based in Ireland, but they can be based in America or whatever, depends what time our meeting is and the time zone. And then they will be listening via Skype on here, and then what I do is I read the subtitles on my iPad. And it works really well. I sometimes think of this as a talking stick, and it's actually quite useful for disciplining meetings sometimes. So that's probably how people wouldn't think of using tablets and phone in that way. The other thing I do use, I'm a big fan of things like Skype, FaceTime and so on, because then I can see people. So any meetings that enable people's faces to be seen as well as heard, it's fantastic for me. People ask about what superpowers. I think often if you do find something to be more difficult than other people, you tend to make up for it in other ways. You may be more tenacious, more determined, more creative, because you can think of different ways of doing things. And also because I'm used to thinking about, well, how can I do things differently? I may come up with other ideas and solutions. Also I can lip read, but I don't bother to do things like lip reading the royal wedding. Although technology is fantastic, it doesn't solve all solutions, doesn't solve every issue that you have. For instance, I can't overhear gossip, I can't overhear office politics. Quite often people are going to be working near you and talking about the latest changing in team, changing in management or changing in focus, and I don't hear that. So I think, and I struggle to see how technology can fully answer that. The advice I would give to organisations to give it a shot, because quite often you're probably going to be able to see the problem and you won't be aware of the solutions, and you won't be aware that things could be done differently. So, and you won't realise, in fact, it's easier than you think to employ somebody with a disability.
This video was produced for Business Disability Forum in collaboration with BBC and Microlink, with thanks to Anya Otto from Atos, Joanna Wootten Age, Disability and Inclusion Expert, Nicola James from Lexxic, Paul Bepey from BBC, Paul Smyth from Barclays, Hovey from Lloyds Banking Group,